This show is brought to you by
Emirates NBD's 9-month profit soars 92%, and the PIF partners with Pirelli to establish a tire plant in the kingdom. You're watching the Daily Brief with Forbes. I'm Ramia Faraj. Emirates NBD's profit for the first 9 months of this year soared 92% to $4.8 billion, boosted by loan growth and higher transaction volumes. Loans jumped 8% during continued momentum in its retail lending and landmark deals closed in its corporate banking. Emirates NBD's total income rose 44% to $8.9 billion on better growth in deposit mix, loans and fees and commission across all of its segments. For Q3 alone, profit rose 38% to $1.4 billion as all business units delivered higher income. Abu Dhabi Islamic Bank saw 53% net profit growth in the first 9 months of this year to $1.02 billion. Revenue for the first 9 months rose by 48% to $1.82 billion due to good income diversification mix and strong growth across all business segments and products. In Q3 alone, net profit rose 41% year-on-year to $381.16 million. Saudi's Public Investment Fund has inked a JV agreement with Pirelli Tires to build a $550 million manufacturing plant in the kingdom. PIF will hold a 75% stake and Pirelli will hold the remaining 25%. Pirelli will act as strategic technology partner to support the development of the project. The tire plant is expected to start production in 2026 with an annual production capacity of 3.5 million units. Hyundai Motors' Q3 net income skyrocketed 133.9% year-on-year to $2.4 billion, driven by better SUV sales. The South Korean automaker's sales revenue rose by 8.7% to $30.2 billion in the quarter. Operating income for the quarter also surged by 146.3% to $2.8 billion. In Q3, the car maker sold 21 million vehicles globally, registering 7.9% growth year-on-year. Stellantis plans to acquire a 20% stake in Chinese EV maker Leapmotor for $1.6 billion. As part of the Amsterdam-based automaker's strategy to strengthen its focus on EVs in the world's top auto market. As part of the deal, Stellantis and Leapmotor will form a JV called Leapmotor International, in which Stellantis will own a majority stake of 51%. The JV will have exclusive rights to export, sell, and manufacture the Chinese EV maker's products outside of China. China's Sinopec saw a 34% rise in Q3 net profit to $2.44 billion as higher refinery output and strong fuel sales offset lower oil and gas prices. Sinopec is the world's largest refiner by capacity. In the first 9 months of this year, it processed 193.74 million metric tons of crude oil, or 5.18 million barrels per day. That's a rise of 7.6% from a year earlier. Refined fuel sales soared 19% on continued demand recovery domestically and growing fuel exports. Total Energy saw Q3 net profit rise 1.5% year-on-year to $6.7 billion. The French oil major managed to boost its net profit last quarter despite energy prices sliding from the peak set last year. Oil and gas prices surged following Russia's invasion of Ukraine, leading to windfall profits at energy firms. While oil prices are still high, the main crude oil contract was down 14% last quarter compared to the same period of last year. Turkey's central bank raised its policy rate by 500 basis points to 35% today, tightening aggressively for a third straight month as it steps up efforts to rein in inflation that has soared for years. The bank's policy committee reiterated that it's ready to raise rates further as needed to curb inflation, which climbed to an annual rate of 61.53% in September and is expected to rise into next year. And big tech is taking a hit as the stock market sell-off continues globally, and this is evident in today's Forbes Real-Time Billionaires ranking, with our biggest loser today, Alphabet's Larry Page, down $10.4 billion, now with net wealth of $106.2 billion. Our second biggest loser today is his counterpart Sergey Brin, down $9.8 billion, with net wealth of $102.1 billion. And our third place loser is Jeff Bezos, down $7.1 billion, with net wealth of $144.3 billion. Check out our website and our social media for all of the latest billionaires news. I'm Ramia Faraj. This is the Daily Brief. Thanks for watching. See you tomorrow.
This show is brought to you by NMDC Group.